Today we will show you to Simcon Limited how Carl BL or Beggar Levault can maximize your asset. So as we said, this product can work on various verticalization, and I'll talk about that as we go. So yeah, so let's get going with this. So the next is just a quick content, what we're going to talk about. We'll go through this presentation whereby we talk about the software and its product line, then we're going to look at some verticalization and probably facilities and utility type references, and then we'll look at the demo, basically demo of the software and see how it works for you. So Vega Revolve, it's basically a short form we say BL. It's a company that is basically a global company and specializes in developing software solutions for public administration, healthcare, education sectors, and also offers digital transformation tools. Rich in history, innovations with a legacy dating back to 1463. The company has continuously evolved and integrating modern technologies like AIs, IoT, cloud computing to enhance operational efficiency. The commitment to sustainability and digital ethics, what we say is the company promotes responsible digitalization by developing eco-friendly IT solutions and prioritizing data security, compliance, and ethical AI usage. So where does our engineering stand? Basically, we are the authorized distributor, and in the area Asia Pacific, and PNG falls in this area, and we have been there since 2015. A little bit about history about BL. BL, as I was saying, it dates back to 1463 when they were pretty much selling printers and their booksellers. I mean, obviously those days computers were not there, but as time went on, they developed, and they acquired many businesses, and they became a very big global company. Now, important is this part here. In 2018, they acquired the asset management side of thing, which was the Carl software, which was developed by another person. He was an engineer, and he developed it. His name was Eric Bonnet, and what he did, he made this software long time back, 40 years back, and it was doing very well. So therefore, obviously, BL saw that this is a good product to acquire. So they took that product and they started developing further from 2018 with a lot of IoT, cloud computing, and those things started to come in together with making it even better. Okay, even predictive maintenance, everything started to come, which you'll see. We'll talk about as we go. So for BL, there are about 2,000 employees, revenue around 200 million euros, and about 40,000 clients who are using all the software, not only Carl, okay, various other software, and 25% of money is put back into R&D. Here's basically map showing where we are and where we are present. Clients are all over the world almost, okay. Then we have got locations. Where are the offices located? And this one are showing the partners. So we have partners over here, and this is where our engineering sits, looking after this side of the area, looking from India, looking east of India, and of course PNG is there. So because of big time difference, that's why we are here located. Now, what are the 5 values we support for this transformation? We believe in excellence. We always go the extra mile to make the difference. The trust we have, we must align our word and action to grow, because trust these days not there with a lot of people. So we believe in trust. Audacity is we dare to shift the line. We are, we are to, basically do whatever, we can to get achieve the result. We can take risk to get it done, Care, listen, we help, we support, and we respect others, okay? Responsibility, we mean by, we assume our roles and we are committed, okay? So basically, we work alongside our customers. Now, what we do is, number one, basically our corporate social responsibility strategy is based on this 6 pillars, and that are number one is human. So what we mean by that, attracting, nurturing, and developing talents by fostering well-being, trust, and social innovation. Trust-wise, number two, we collectively build digital trust. Third point is client, optimize customer relations and create a positive customer experience. The fourth point is environment. We reduce our environmental footprint and support our ecosystem in this process. Fifth is about innovation, innovating together to keep pace with changing users. Changing users, and then social trends and environmental challenges also. Okay. Societal is the sixth one, and this is working together to build solidarity initiatives serving local communities. So here is all our priority markets. We work with local authorities and terrestrial administrations. Maintenance system, asset maintenance we work with. We'll talk about this in more detail. Education systems, we have that. Private healthcare and medico-social sectors we work on. Financial management also. So today we'll focus on this. And let's talk about Carl Berger Revolt, which is a computerized maintenance management system or an enterprise asset management system / asset performance monitoring system. So key figures about Carl software now. Okay, we're just talking about one software now, and then this software was number one in France. Like this was developed by Eric Bonnot and in Lyon, France. Okay, so that was where it started off, and it became number one in France, and then it expanded out of other European countries, and it's a leader in European countries. Our engineering brought this software into the Asia Pacific region, where mainly English-speaking countries are there. They were reluctant to come here, so we are since 2015. We have started doing English version of Carl. Okay, so we have got in total 700 clients all over the world. Revenue generally generated 25 million euros per year, and we acquire almost 16 to 20 new clients every year. 200 employees are there looking after Carl software from sales to technical support, and then we have got over 15,000 mobile users, more than 100,000 users in all 5 continents, and then over 40 years of experience. Like we said, it was developed a while back. So here's where the history comes for Carl. Carl started in 1986 when DOS systems were around. You probably remember. And Carl Pro was what was developed by this guy, Eric Bonnot. Okay. Now you must be wondering why the word Carl. He was a fan of, the, what do you call, this is a Skywoo type, the Skywoo movies. You remember the Skywoo movies, John?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think in that movie, this movie was very popular in 80s, and then there
Yes.
was a computer which was named Carl, and this some guy goes and asks Carl, "Hey Carl, what's happening?" And he was able to calculate and tell, like a
Yeah.
machine. It was very fascinating, and this guy gave the name of his software Carl. So that's where the name came
Okay.
from, Carl. It
Yeah,
doesn't stand for. Yeah.
I was wondering where the word Carl came from. So okay.
Yeah. Carl doesn't stand for anything. It's just the name of that computer that was in that Skyward movies. Okay. Now,
Okay.
yeah. After that, when Windows came out in 1997, that time, Carl Master was developed. Basically, it moved into a new platform. Then when Java technology came in, so 28, I think that's about when it came out, and they started calling the same thing became Carl Source. Since then, it's all Carl Source up till today. And as every year things got developed, new things got added, and today we have Carl 7.2, okay, the version 7. So we are actually, what I tell you here means we are always developing. We don't sit down and do nothing. So as new things are coming out, we try to be upfront, and we lead most of the computerized maintenance software actually. Now why we say that in 2013, we were the first one to introduce a paperless system whereby technicians can take Carl load a Carl Touch application on their mobiles, or even in Android or iPad or whatever. They can go out there and do the job without printing the work order. You understand? And they can do everything there, come back. I mean, everything will be filled. Very nice. And we were given an award for this, innovative award here in Irup. Then in 2017, obviously, it's a pain when you want to report some problem, right? How do you do this? People say, who will do it? I have to make a call. I'm not going to make a call because it's a pain now, right? Whenever nowadays you call any number and tell something, then you're listening to a bloody recorded message. Press 1 for this, press 5 for that, or you'll be talking to someone who's not even a human being, So it was a pain. So what happened is, what we thought about is design something whereby people can just send the message. They see a problem, take a picture, uh, you know, adjust the criticality level, how critical that problem is, send it with some few words, or scan the QR code and send it, and all the details goes to the planner. The planner then, with few clicks of button, can make it a work order, okay, which can be put into Carl Touch, and the technician, he could be somewhere on the field, he gets it, and he goes and fix it. Everything happens electronically, no issues, no calling, no rushing. Everyone knows what they're doing. All right. Later on in 2020, also Carl Express came out, which was more about giving the senior people a bit of flexibility while they're traveling. And when they're traveling, they want to make some changes, they want to add a work order for someone, or check something, how it's progressing while they are sitting at the airport waiting for the aircraft to board. They can see and do many things from there, without opening the laptop. So this was a cut down version of this main software, which means they can see a lot of things. Okay, still. Later on in 22, mixed reality was also basically introduced. What is this? You wear the headband and you go out there and do the work without even touching anything, without holding anything in your hand. Okay, all you hold is spanner, the tools in your hand, or maybe a measuring tool. Okay, something like that. Then came BL Predict, which is probably one of the latest things that everyone is trying to do. So Carl again was always running ahead of everyone. So we have a platform we'll see later today, whereby lots of sensors go to the cloud platform, and I mean the information from the sensors go to the cloud platform, and it is able to, it's an AI basically. So it's like a human being thinking and looking at the plant. And if he sees something doesn't look right today, he'll say, I mean, he'll make up a statement and say, go and check this, because there's something not right here. And then you can fix something before it fails. So that's about predictive maintenance also. In this particular slide, we are showing that how Carl can integrate with other system around it. Now, generally, whenever we do a project, like in your case, let's look at telecom PNG, they may have got something somewhere, like some sort of asset register will be there, whether it's in Excel or something. What they do, they give us that, not only asset register, inventory register, who are the technicians. All these things can be kept somewhere, in some format. If they give it in, CSV format, what we do, we make it in the right format for the Carl loader, which is an application. It then makes it in a format which can be put inside Carl at no time. So if you give me 10,000 assets, I can put it there within a day, right? That's how it is. So obviously that Excel will have fields, and someone has to fill the fields, right? I mean, we can do it, but we are not the owner of the asset. So we give it the formats and, hey, can you give me something like that? Or can you fill it like this? So they can do that for us. We can fill it, we can put it. So you don't spend time from the front form. You can fill it from the, in the beginning we do this, right? But once everything is entered, then you don't have to do it. You can just send it. You can enter, if you buy asset by, one asset at a time, you can just go to the front form and fill it, right? You don't have to go through the pain of loading it through the car loader. But when you doing, initially, you want to do bulk loading, that's when you use it. It can also, you can extract report out of it, okay? So any type of reporting tool can be BERT, which is Business Intelligence Reporting Tool, can be any other like Crystal reporting tool or even Power BI, any type of thing. You can make queries and make a report. You can also make a asynchronous connection with the database, and it can display data in your Excel now, right? So remember, you know what to do with Excel. Excel, a lot of people know how to use Excel. They can create all sorts of charts, graphs, and analysis they can do in Excel. Okay, so that's something you can do. You can also interface with other products around you. If it could be a SCADA package, it could be a ERP, whatever accounting package you have, it's connected with it. Therefore, anything that happens here is reflected here, or vice versa. Okay. Um, for example, if you're doing a purchasing in your accounting, if you're not using purchasing module of CAL, if you bought a spare parts, things got updated here, the thing will also get updated automatically here. Okay, so that sort of thing we're talking about. Single sign-on, all these, yeah, all these things can be done also in CAL. Okay. So then what we have is basically like we say CAL is a centralized equipment maintenance management solution. Okay. So basically we talk about how CAL is so, the relevance of CAL and flexibility. CAL can be customized to client's need, no problem, very easy to do and make it relevant for the client, how they want it. Okay. Expertise and commitment. We have a lot of experienced people around us. We can give you the right advice so that we can get it right for your project and for the job that we are working on, whichever verticalization. Okay. Anticipation, we have got a lot of innovations we have done, like predictive maintenance I talked about, IoT, all sorts of innovative work we have done. So that all is there. Benefits our offer has, we commit, we say that to our client, we can pretty much reduce 10 to 20% of your cost on your maintenance activities. Okay. And that can be a big amount of saving. Okay. This pays off for the software at no time. Now, increasing your equipment service life, that's another saving, right? So if any asset can last a little bit more, that means whatever you spend as a capital expenditure is going to go longer, right? So that's important. We also make the equipments while they're in the service life, their availability increases by 15 to 20%, which means less breakdown, right? So less people are, your production team is not wasting their time. It's not costing company money. So there's a lot of savings here also. Okay. And then energy-wise, if something is not properly maintained, is not running well, it's just definitely going to consume more electricity. Okay, so energy, whatever energy is, so we can improve that by that much. And then obviously, if everything goes well, customer is going to be happy, right? You're able to produce the product with good quality and give them on time. So customer satisfaction will also be achieved. Now, when we look at these five verticalizations, talking about facility, factory, transport, healthcare, and city, where does telecom industry sit? It can sit in between these two, because you definitely have facilities, you may have, building structures, right? And then factory and utilities, we call it here, / utilities. What we mean by that is all the other things, in the utility, like telecom might have backup generators, uh, you know, data center. I don't know. Many things are there which can be looked after from this system. Okay, tower maintenance, everything can be there. Okay, so let's now look at what our customer says about Carl. He's a facility customer called Alstaff. Now, this company is basically present in many airports all over the world. They are very strongly present in Australia also. And they've done an experiment in Zagreb Airport, which is in Europe, and then they achieved 99.9% equipment availability when they used Carl BL Predict. Okay, so it was able to tell before the failures if a motor was running in two phases, for example, in the conveyor. They got alerted. The technician goes to it, uses his multimeter, the tong meter. He says, "Yep, I can see a problem." He fixes it within the that small break he gets, and the motor never gets never has to be replaced, so there's no breakdown. Okay, so you got fixed. Again, this one, Mitchell is a steel company. They say what two strong points is about Carl is their connectivity with SEP and the control modules. Okay, so they are very happy with that. So basically, interfacing part, they're very happy with SEP. Strongly works with SEP. Now, Lind, this is a chocolate company, very famous. They say with Carl, they are able to know where the technicians are spending most of the time. This is something a lot of companies don't know what technicians are doing, right? So this helps save money and makes people work for the company, right, rather than not doing anything. And also they can figure out where the spare parts are going in the plant. So that's what they're happy about. This one is a TMB is basically a company who maintains the tunnel between France and Italy. And they say they're using Carl to. We have a video in this. If you're interested, we can send video. This video here. I think there's a video on this one also. So we can send you, maybe make a note of this. Sivam, send the YouTube video link so he can watch.
I've already
Uh,
sent, sir.
you have sent it? Okay, right, fine. So if you watch it slowly, you'll see what the people are saying about it. Yeah, so that's what our customer says, So not every video we have, John, because not everyone is happy to release their inside information, how they're using Carl. So we have to respect their privacy also. So those who are happy to do it, we have made videos. Okay. This is Carl, basically the whole Carl software. These are the modules in Carl. You'll see later on more detail, but I'll just briefly run you through. We have equipment whereby you can have an equipment register with all the list of, you can either have a register or you can have a tree type. Both will be displayed at the same time. Okay. So who is the parent, who is the child, all those relationships are there. Even if you can have a structure point is not actually an asset, right? But things fall under the structure point. So all those arrangements can be done. Work orders or work requests, all this can be done under works module. Even all the preventive plans can be set here, right? Resource area where you can have all the technicians there, their calendar, what they're doing, whether they're occupied or not occupied, all that can be shown here. Even any tools and machines that are being shared by the workers that can be planned and booked under this section here. Work stocks and purchasing is basically, stock is the inventory, the spare parts, right? So all the spare parts that are there, which stores has what, you can have many stores, and what quantity is where, or everything will be listed in that. Purchasing module is there. If you purchasing also, you can raise the purchase request and the purchase request will get approved, based on maybe 3 codes you take. And then once you get the one approved, it can then send a purchase order to the supplier. Okay, and then when the goods are coming in, they'll be received. Okay, if they're all good. If not, it can be retained. Everything is managed here. Accounts wise, in the account section, you can create cost centers. You can look at you can create the indicators, the analysis, a lot of analysis you can do there. All these things can be also done there. And budgets also can be created here. Now, mobile applications, we talked about Flash. Pretty much you give it to anyone. Anyone means can be your staff, can be your clients, can be anything, right? So they all can send any problem they see. Like say you are you are an aircraft industry, your client could be all the passengers, right? So you can ask passengers to scan a QR code, and then all of a sudden they'll have this application running on any phone, because it's like a URL, not quite an application. Therefore, it can run on any phone. and you don't have any limitation of license. So you can give it to every citizen of PNG, for example. So what will happen is that they will be able to send any problem. So if they found a problem, they'll just quickly look at it in 3, 4 steps. They'll be able to send what is the problem, comes into Carl source, gets converted into work order, and goes to Carl touch. Technician sees the job and carries out the activity and then reports the job finished. So we have packaged and tailored offers also, like, we can customize this if you want in any way, but these are the package ones. Generally 4 sections we have: Mars, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter. Basically we based it on the planet, size of the planet. And then what Mars mean, this is for smaller companies, startup companies, where they don't want to pay too much, but they still want to do proper asset management and work orders and all that. This is quite, like, probably better in price, but then some features may be missing because it's cut down version of a smaller company. Yeah? Whilst Neptune is more for people, let's say you have 300 workers like that, and you want to do some customizations. Another thing, other than then, you don't want to have basically purchasing done in Carl. So Neptune is what you're going to go for, right? So next step. Then if you really want to have purchasing and other things to do, then you go for certain. And generally certain means this is a multi, like all over the country. Your offices are spread across various towns and cities. That means you need to go for a certain version. Jupiter is more for bigger organizations who are all over the world. Okay, so here there is more about how servers are synced from one server to another. And you can do major customization in generally you can do major customization in Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter. We also started offering SaaS, like software as a service. Means you have, like you can rent Carl also, okay, software to run in a data center. And why it's good? Because it's easy for troubleshooting for us, because we can get access to it very quickly. It's always up. We can always keep it up to date. Why? Because again, we have access. We can apply patches and all that. So we're not asking permission to the premises-based software, because when we load software in our client's server, the IT people, because of security reasons, we always keep us, locked out. So we need to let them know that we need to get in to do some work. Yes, it's always, we have a continuous access, so no problem, right? We can locate or connect from anywhere. And then we can interface with other third-party software also, okay? Which is easier to interface because it's already sitting on the cloud. Right, if we go ahead, any client goes ahead with the project, how we make it successful, okay? So we have these 4 steps here. Initialization is the first one with number 1 and number 2, which means one means you start doing a preparation of all the data. What data needs to be collected. We'll have, our team allocated who is doing what. Maybe, in the client side, there may be maybe 3 or 4 people in different departments collecting the data. Our team will guide them to get the data in how to get it. There'll be a training for the project team. And once the project team knows what they're doing, right, that all the objectives are defined, strategy is defined, and they start working on it. Once that's done, then we go to the conception stage, where we do general design and detailed specifications are done. Once they are all agreed, then we can say, right, let's go and do the job. Okay, so 4th step is realization, basically development, parameterization, interfacing, all these things can be done at this stage. 5th is to test it and validate it. So once it's okay, then we go for operations. Basically 6 and 7 is operation step. 6, where we do user training for the rest of the team. Okay, when we did a training here, we did it for the project team only, the project people who will be involved in getting the data and setting it up and how do we mount it. That's the project team. But this now is the rest of the company staff who will be using Carl software. Okay, and we have an education platform where the training can be done. Okay, and for the the rest of the team members, right? So then we basically start looking at, once it goes online, the production system is online, we start, looking at the return of investment of the software, and we look at various, we evaluate it and how we can make it better. And if there is something to do, make it better, then we will make it better. Okay, so basically, so basically this is another slide which is talking about pretty much same thing. Okay, so I'll skip this. I think, this is Carl Sass. I mean, we're talking about this page, which is all about how commitments are for rental case. The availability is 99.5, and we go for like a 3-year commitment. We don't, I mean, like for rental, there's a lot of work. Okay, we just don't go for 1-year commitment because there's a lot of work to set it up. So minimum commitment is 3 years, and we just talked about all these things also. Basically, we can apply patches all the time. Connections are there. Availability is there. Carl is also a digital platform. Basically, what I mean by that, there are many ways the data goes into the Carl. So you can make a digital platform, right? Digital twin, we call it. Data comes from the mixed reality or augmented reality, comes from Carl Remote Assist. From BL Predict, it comes from the Carl optimizing the planning tool. It comes from the AI Gen, and it also comes from Carl Maps, which is the GIS and all that. Okay. Here's one innovation which we are talking about. This person wears this headband here, works into the plant. His hand is free. He can see everything, in the headband. If he looks up, towards the headband, over here, everything is for him to read and do and follow the step by step. So the technician can be new person. He will not make a mistake because he's is guided by step procedure. There can be videos he can play to see what to do next. Everything. He can read manuals and everything. Another innovation here is basically showing a SIM model, basically, which is a combination of GIS and BIM, if that's the BIM and the GIS, okay, together in a Esri ArcGIS platform. Then if you import this and just connect to your system that you already have, Carl starts to extract, it imports everything straight. So you don't have to redo it. And therefore you click on any part on your GIS, you can create a work order and work request on it. Okay, so you don't have to re-enter the assets. In other words, Carl, like I said, can connect with the IoT devices. There are many devices now they can send data straight to internet, and that data can be captured. Here is one example where the conveyor is running. There's a temperature sensor which is sending data to Carl. And if the temperature goes out of range, it will basically trigger probably a work request, okay, to get something done. So here's that example where the temperature is there, and you can see the conveyor temperature is getting measured. Okay. Over here, let me explain a little bit about how BL Predict and IoT is really good. Saves a lot of money for our clients. Now we have BL Predict, like I said, it's another module, which if client wants to go for it, they can go for it. It's now available. What it does, basically, you can see all the sensors are connected from the plant. Information is coming to the BL Predict, and it can make a very informed decision if something is about to fail. Okay, so that's how it works. Over here, this chart explains here that this side of the chart, you can see that a company is just doing preventive maintenance. Okay, and if someone is doing preventive maintenance, that orange line here, I can see if he's on dotted beside the line, and therefore the cost is very high because to do preventive maintenance is still costing you money, right? You need the materials, you need the people to do it. And then obviously the breakdown cost, which is the repair cost or reactive maintenance, will be less. Therefore, the total cost is the dark blue line here, which is really high. Okay. Now, some companies work on this basis. They do more preventive maintenance. Some they don't do preventive maintenance and they wait for the breakdown to occur. In other words, they do corrective and reactive maintenance. And then if they do that, obviously they're not spending money on preventive maintenance. So therefore, this is quite low cost-wise. However, their breakdown cost is now high. Can you see the light blue line? So repair cost is high, but total is again high. And it all depends how people want to run their plant and operations. Okay, whether you go more for preventive or you go for more for reactive maintenance. But then, as we talked about how BL Predict is going to save money, BL Predict has got the AI, he's looking at everything. He says, hey, don't spend too much money on preventive maintenance, and I'll tell you if a breakdown is about to happen. So it sits, in middle, trying to look at both sides of the world and gives you a very, nice data in terms of preventive maintenance, what should be done in preventive maintenance, and how much reactive maintenance should be done. Together, that's where it goes to. So the curve drops a lot in terms of total cost of maintenance. Okay, so you can see there's a significant saving. You understand this, John, now?
Yes, Bobby.
So it's trying to save by sitting, like not doing unnecessary preventive maintenance. I mean, you were in maintenance, and then you can see sometimes we do maintenance, but there was nothing wrong. But because the operator said change this every so often, we did it, right?
Mm.
So that is costing money, right? But here you'll only do it when system tells you to do it. All right, we are close to our customer. Why we say that? Simply because we have a customer portal. And in the customer portal, we have got success stories. You can read about what's coming up, what events are coming up. And you can also lodge your tickets here. If there's any problems, you can tell us and we will get the ticket. Then we have got seminars. Seminars are basically, you can register for seminars, attend the seminars and learn a little more about it. So that way we give a lot of information there. We have once in a year, there'll be a meeting. We call it Carl Club meeting. When you purchase a software, you become a member of the Carl Club. And they'll invite you to a place where you can go and attend and share your experience with the rest of the users and what new innovations are coming. You can also ask for certain things to be developed if something is really handy. Okay. Let's quickly look at some of the examples here. Again, this is some facility examples here and utility examples. Here's a utility, basically telecom utility, Towercast, and they're using Carl for their maintenance work. I think they are in broadcasting service, right? So they have to look after. You can see some guys right on top of the tower doing some work. Biogas, this is another one. This is basically they are into telecom, right? Internet, and various other things they're doing, mobile services. Yeah, 3G, 4G, 5G network. So they have got lots to maintain. Another one, Telecity, this company is into fiber optics and other things, right? So again, yeah, so they have to keep things going, the telecom structure. And this is basically DIRISI, and this is basically a company involved in, like it's a defense type of work they do. And there is a lot of, in defense, there are a lot of equipments, telecom equipment, communication equipment needs to be maintained. Another example here is IDEA, in short, we call it. And this company has basically, organization has got various types of customers and companies and councils and citizens. They all are basically need to be, looked after for the maintenance. So they use Carl. Commissioner, European Commission is also basically is an arm of a European Union, and they also use CAL to maintain all their assets. FIPOI basically stands for, it's a French word. Basically, it's looking after all the rental, spaces, all the facilities, they look after that. Eiffel Tower, one of the wonders of the world. Many metal parts, many things are there. About 7 million visitors. There are lots of lifts going up and down. They need to be maintained, make sure they don't. Otherwise, some people will not be able to see the Eiffel Tower. Unhappy customer. And another one here, collection. Basically, they also have got lots and lots of assets, and they basically they use CAL for their, they have 3 hotels, restaurants, houses. Okay. Airport, Geneva Airport is, and not only Geneva Airport, there are many other airports, big airports, very big international airports. They use CAL. They maintenance. Another airport using CAL. Air France again using CAL for their maintenance work. Another airport, Fiji ports. Maybe you can, John, look at the ports. What do you call the ports in PNG? It's called PNG ports, is it?
Yeah, PNG ports.
Yeah, so they are really a potential client,
Yes.
because why? Because they have cranes and other things they use to lift the containers, how, and they have to make sure they are all good. Otherwise, one day something will break and the whole container full of goods will be damaged, Generators. So we work with Fiji ports, and we know what they're doing, So yeah. FMF, I don't know whether you heard about it. It's quite a big food manufacturing factory in Fiji, and they are in flour, they are in various snacks, rice mill, in biscuit, and a lot of factories they have. So they maintain. Vital, you probably know where Vital is, right? It's across in the Micronesia, up north of PNG. There's a small country, Micronesia, and where Ponape is, Chirk, Yap, all this Nauru. They are small country which has got various assets all over the place, generators, terminals, fuel tanks, and they use CAL for maintenance. Yeah, they've been using it for almost 10 years. They've been using CAL. All right, I think that's more than enough example. Like there's many examples. I can keep going, but at the end of the day, the thing is, if you have asset, CAL can do the job. Okay. So thank you very much, and I'll let my team show you a little bit about the software side of it. And so you have any question, but remember, for you, John, we are showing you as a, let's say a partner who is going to understand the software. Ask any question you have. No question is silly question to us. So just ask so that you know it well, and therefore you can go and, tell the clients in PNG who probably need such a solution,
Thank you, Bobby. While the teams are, you know, setting up to come online, I think it's quite impressive, very impressive how the CAL works and how it makes it very simple for asset management and all that. I've gone through the 5 short video clips that was sent over email this morning, and yeah, it makes it very simple, and you can just manage that. And I can see where the telcos, especially telecom, comes in here, where telecom has a range of assets that are spread throughout the country. So in Papua New Guinea, there is 22 provinces, and most of the provinces you will go by air, and few of them is by road and by sea. So it's quite diverse in terms of trying to manage. And Telecom has uh, offices in all those provinces, uh, and it has a, uh, a management system back in the headquarters in Port Moresby. So in saying that, there's number of HEN network, the high capacity network, where the repeater sites are. It's all digitalized. So they have equipment and they have generators. They also have solar panels on some of the sites. And this, I see, this is a good opportunity for us to uh, meet and talk with Telecom, uh, so that they can it makes it easy for the management of these systems. Because the key challenge that I see that they have right now, that Telecom has, is the maintenance schedule. There is no set maintenance schedule, and like what Bobby you said, we wait until we face a disaster, and then we're reactive to it, and it costs more. And sometimes we don't have the parts readily available, and it affects the network, and it affects the revenue for the business. So that's where I see a big opportunity here. Also, there's a number of mining uh, sites in Papua New Guinea also. There's about four mines that are about six mines that is operating. Some and there are small scale mines as well. So that's where uh, this CAL software will come in handy for them. Even the telco, the PNG ports, are upgrading the ports. So there's a number of ports in the country where they're upgrading, and I think this one also comes in for the asset management too. So I think it's an ideal time to go through this, and yeah, and as we progress on, that's something that I will definitely need to market to these entities and see the potential of getting that on board.
Okay, very good. I mean, there are many opportunities, like even the shipping lines you're saying, they're moving from one area to another.
Absolutely.
They are all good. They can be, because they're transport now, okay? It can be any sort of form of transport. But they all sometimes, they break down on the way. Even airports, right? It's like I said, we got more than 30, 40 big airports are using it. I don't know whether the airports in in PNG, they have got any system they're using, okay, at the moment. So yeah, so that could be a good place. You can knock the door and say, how do you do it? So all you need to do is call them. Now, don't worry if you have to do presentation. All you do is organize it, and I'll come and do the presentation, okay? Because there'll be always question that probably if you can't answer, then I can probably help, being there.
Awesome. That's great.
And don't forget mines. There are a lot of mines in PNG, right? Mining companies.
Definitely.
So they're one area you can very easily sell this product.
Correct. So one of the key questions that they'll be asking would be, um, in an ideal scenario, what's the time, the project timeline for, if everything's in order. One, if everything's in order, or if all the assets are registered and readily available to transfer over to CAL, how long will it take? And if some of the assets are not registered and it needs registering, when the forms are given to register and all that, and transfer onto the CAL software, what would be the duration?
Okay, from our side, there is hardly any delay. So if you give us all the data in the Excel format that we give you, or whether you give us an Excel with all those information in that Excel, we can format it the way we want. It's no time, because we use that CAL loader, and then we upload it into CAL, and the system is ready. So installation, let's say, give us a day. I mean, again, when I say, if someone says install it in their server, we need access to the server, right? So they'll make virtual machines, give us access with TeamViewer, let's say, then we start loading the software on it, okay? We load the
Mm.
software. After that, if the data is already ready, we just start pushing it into the system through car loader. This is bulk loading, okay? And then the data is there and basically train people and start using it. So there is
Yeah.
no, mainly we find the delay is because the client would not give us access. They will delay us because their IT is busy. They will delay us because they could not collect the data from everywhere, right? So I can't give you a number,
Mm.
how long something will take, but from our side, because it's all very simple for us, right? Just get everything, compile it, fix it, and upload it. So that's why our application engineers are here. They can do this for you.
So,
But I mean, if you want, I mean, I always answer this way. If you can give us all the data that you want, we can pretty much get us whatever server, if they want it in their server, then we can just simply upload it within less than 2 weeks. It should be up and running.
okay, excellent. Okay. Right. And is it possible, like, for remote sites, if there's refueling done to generators and stuff, is it possible to monitor that on that software?
So if someone is doing a refilling,
Hmm.
right? Let me try to understand what you're trying to do. So you mean petrol, right?
Yeah, petrol, diesel, refueling the generator.
Right. So you want to measure whether how much did they fill.
Yes.
Yes, we can. So it all depends how you want to. One is without any sensors and one is with sensors. Now, if you want to do it, let's say without sensor and you trust people, and I think here is a story about trust, right? Whether people are really feeling it. So if you say, like one of the operations in the work order will be to fill, check the petrol level and fill, right? So this is what they're gonna do. Let's say the first one is check, and he says, I can see the level meter is saying 2 liters is left, right? I don't know how they measure. Let's say they use a stick to measure it, a proper stick,
Yes. Yeah.
and they say
I did
two.
see.
Yeah, yeah, that's one. So once they say it's 2 liters left, then he says, okay, we filled full. So what he can do, in Carl, he goes with Carl Touch. At that point in time, you can ask him to take a picture of what is current situation. Then after he has filled it, then you take a picture again, right? Now this is a manual system, okay, I'm talking about. So that way you are checking, is he honest or not, right? Trust. So if he's honest, yep, 2 liters was there when he went there, and then he filled it. Now it's 10 liters. So he has used 8 liters from what he took, right?
Yes.
So therefore, he has captured the picture, and you can see that as a supervisor, you don't have to be there. You will check everything from the office, sitting in the office. And then that's it. So good. And when he comes back, the remaining petrol comes back, or fuel comes back. The other way of doing is you can put a sensor, like a level sensor, transmitter. And if you want to be, really automated, we can bring that information, the level, into our system. And if the level goes below a certain level, it will make a work request and work order automatically for you. And that way, no one can say, I know you don't depend on people, huh? Because the sensor is going to be measuring right all the time. So sensor is always telling. So as he fills, the reading point will change to 10 liters. As the generator runs, the reading point will drop to a minimum level where it will trigger a work request and alert us that, hey, we need to get someone out there to fill the petrol. It makes sense
Great.
now, John?
It makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we can work both ways. If you want, we can do that level of automation. Or if you don't want, then we can still control by doing uploading pictures and verifying, checking like that.
So, but just another question. With the job, work orders being generated for visits by the techs. Um, Say if they can the system give a history of repeated visits to the same job?
Yes, sure.
Okay,
Mm. So the job
excellent.
is basically every work order is created on an asset or on a cost center. Okay. So you can look at the history of all the job that was done on that work, on that asset.
Okay, no,
Who
that's
actually
good.
did it? Who actually did it? Who closed it? What they did?
Yeah, that'll be good for the operations in the
Yeah.
telcos, especially
Yeah.
because of the remoteness of certain sites. And to have the same person revisit, then we know that there's something wrong with that particular officer. We have to reassign to another officer and see if it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
that also, John. I tell you, this was happening in one of my clients. What happens? People sometimes they don't do their job properly, right? Now, imagine a preventive maintenance, which is supposed to avoid a breakdown, now becomes a breakdown. Why?
correct,
Because the person who worked on it, he didn't put it back together the way it should be, right? So when he opened it, when he changed the bearing, he didn't put it properly. Right now, the machine is supposed to have taken a preventive maintenance to avoid any breakdown. Now it happens to be a breakdown because the guy who did it, either he doesn't know how to do it, he's not skilled enough to do it, or he has done it with purpose so that there's a breakdown. He has to come and attend a breakdown after hours and probably make some overtime. So what I did, I told my team after I installed it, I said, look, guys, if I find any of the work orders or any assets breaking down after a major shutdown when we do a preventive maintenance, I'll simply look at it. Who was the last person working on it and what did he do? And if that was something you touched and it became a breakdown after preventive maintenance, purpose of preventive maintenance is to prevent breakdown, right? But if after
correct.
you touched it and it became a breakdown, then I'm going to ask you many questions. And guess what happens? The technicians, everyone says there has to be some sort of accountability here, right? So this is how you need
Correct.
to spread the message that if you're going to do it wrong, we will send you for training, right? And if you still make mistake, then we will terminate you because you're not the right person to work. Then they all start doing double, triple checking their work. Otherwise, there are many idiots there, right? They will not
Correct.
do their work properly. No matter what system you go and put it, they'll still make mistake. Why? Because they are idiots. So just to make it idiot proof, you have to tell him this way that if you don't, we will know who you are doing it, who is doing it. If you're not skilled enough, then we'll send you for training first thing. If not, you can't still do it. We have to send you home because you're not fit for the purpose.
Absolutely.
Mm. So when you go and train people, if you talk like this, all of a sudden everyone pulls their sock and they start saying, okay, okay, I got it. And after that, what did I hear my technicians talking? One technician saying, did you put the grease in that nipple? I said, I can't remember. Just do it again. So, so they double check. They forgot, they triple check. Like they make sure they've done it. If they forgot, they do it again. So what that means, previously the way the attitude was different. Did we do it? Nah. Should we do it? Who cares? Who knows? We'll know, right? So this is the way people change from here to there. When you have a system and you tell the system can catch you, then people will follow.
Correct. Correct.
And that's part of training. Generally, when I go and train people, I tell this story, and because I want my client to benefit from Carl, right? And they should see
Yeah,
a difference. Because remember, I showed you a slide, 10% saving here, there, availability. How will this happen? Unless you make the technician worry about what they're doing, they will not do it. You have to make them accountable, man.
Correct. Correct.
And governance is very important everywhere, every company. All right, you want to see the software quickly? John,
Sorry, come again?
you want to see the software side of it?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Bobby, sir, for that insightful overview. Let me share my screen. Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, I can
Yes.
see. Thank you.
Yeah. So now let's dive in deeper into how car software functions in a live environment. So we'll take a closer look at its key features and examine how it can enhance asset management efficiency at Simcom Limited. So this is our login window. We can have the login screen where users authenticate themselves. So this is the first level of security. Every user must log in using their credentials. So there are some profiles are configured based on the user roles, ensuring that only authorized person have access to specific features of the system. Let's log in. I will connect it and log in. Now you should be able to see the CalSource dashboard. So on the left hand side, you will find the hamburger icon. When you click on it, uh, all our modules will expand, giving you quick access to each section. Then next to the hamburger icon, you will find the global search, which is powered by Elasticsearch. It's fast and accurate. Simply, if you can type 3 characters over here, so it will find the relevant information across the system. Then to further assist you, Carl offers a help online button located next to the search tab. This provides the context sensitive support. So no matter which part of the system you are using, so you will have instant access to relevant help guides. Then sometimes you may need to handle the multiple tasks at once. So that's where the duplicate window come. Uh, by clicking the button next to the help online button, you can easily open a second window over here. This is the perfect for comparing the data, monitoring the asset performance, or staying on the top of multiple work orders simultaneously. Next to the duplicate window button, you will find the memo module. It is like a reminder or a notepad within the call source. It helps you track important tasks, notes, and deadlines, keeping everything organized. So this is a simple, accessible feature, ensures you never miss a task, boosting the productivity and keeping you on top of your responsibilities. Finally, when you click on username, in the top right corner, you will access the user menu. This is where you can personalize your settings, change your password, update your region or language preference, and securely log out, ensuring that your account remains protected, especially on the shared devices. So moving forward to our modules, let's see module one by one. First module is we are having the equipment module. So this is designed to comprehensively manage all aspects of asset management from detailed tracking to life cycle oversight. So in management section, you will find the features such as equipment restructure, asset availability, and characteristics. So this ensures that all assets are organized and easily accessible across various facilities, facilitating efficient asset management. Then in reading section allows you to for tracking operational data like pressure, temperature, and cycle counts. This ensures that maintenance activities are effectively planned and follow-up actions are triggered in timely manner to support smooth operations. Moving forward, the safety and environment tab stores the safety sheets, risk assessment, and preventive measures. So it aligns with the both regulatory requirements and internal standard operational procedures, ensuring the compliance and supporting safe operations. In repository section, it is a crucial for managing the asset locations, models, structure points, and sensor pairings. So which is ensures assets are maintained throughout their service life. Okay, in this configuration, you can include the options as such as GIS mapping, BIM mapping. So it also covers the availability groups, calendar availabilities, and branding the configuration. So ensuring the call is tailored to specific operational needs. Okay, so then we'll look into the assets. So here you can find, see, like all of the assets listed in the system. Each asset is associated with the unique code, and it's easy to track its condition, location, and maintenance history as assets are used or in service. So the details are updated in real time. So if we look into one of the assets details, here you will find the general tab. In that you will find the model number and where the like telecom tower one is located. So you can find key information quickly over here. In purchase module, like it keeps the tracks of the supplier and purchase details. So this helps with the warranty claims and financial records. Also, we are having the depreciation tab. In that, you can calculate the how much value like this asset loses each year. So this is the useful for planning your budget. Then we are having the troubleshooting tab, which records any issue with this asset, including the time they happen. So problems can be solved faster. Then we are having calendar tab shows the data available and when it's scheduled for in maintenance. Then we are having the links tab which connects the this asset to its assigned location and backup the equipments. Then in preventive tab lists the regular maintenance tasks to keep this asset running smoothly. Then in safety and environment tabs, which helps to ensure that this asset meets safety and environmental rules. Then we are having also the characteristics of that assets, then location and addresses of that asset. Then we are having the event, which is very important tab, which logs all updates and changes, creating a clearer record for audits or reviews. Okay, so moving forward with our next module, which is the work module, which is the backbone of your maintenance processes. Like Carl makes it easy to create, track, and manage the work order directly from this module. So when you can see over here in the notification section, there are work request entry, work request search. From the work request entry, when the maintenance or repairs are needed, a work request can be raised by any team member. And once logged, it's easy to prioritize and assign the task, ensuring no disruption to the operations. Then after the work request is approved, it will become a formal work order. So this makes sure that tasks are clearly defined, resources are allocated, and the work is executed without delays. Then we are having also the work order scheduling. This feature helps the planned maintenance around the peak hours and ensures the critical work is done at the optimal times to avoid the disruption. Then in repository, we will find the some of the templates. So like Carl provides the templates for like work orders, project templates, and preventive maintenance, which is work plan template. This allows teams to quickly initiate the standard task, ensuring the consistency and saving the time. Talking about the preventive maintenance plans, this tool is like schedules the regular maintenance to avoid the downtime and extended the lifespan of the asset. So routine checks and replacements are rescheduled, ensuring everything runs smoothly. Okay, so let's take one of the work order in the call. So this is the one of the work order we will see. In this work order, you will find the some of the tabs which is same we have seen in asset. So in there also there is the general tab which captures the key details such as the work order number, name and dates over here and financial information. Then in origin tab where like in origin tab it shows the work where the work order is originated. Then in operation tab lists the specific task to be completed. In supply tab ensures that all required materials are available. In subcontracting tab tracks any external resources involved or not. Then tools and equipment lists the necessary tools for the job. Then in labor tab, like assigns the technician to the particular task. Then in labor reporting, like technician can record the actual hours over here. In association tabs, keeps the track of related work orders over here. And then also we are having the safety and environment, which is same as the assets. Then the comments tab over here, it allows you to add the extra notes or instructions over here. Then talking about the addresses, like it stores the location details for every work order is to be performed. Okay, so next moving forward with our next module, which is a stock module. So Carl helps you manage your inventory efficiently, whether it's spare parts for equipment or tools for your team. So the stock module ensures that everything is well organized and easily tracked. So in this you will find the management section. So this feature helps you to manage the stock reservations, track inventory in real time, and prepare the items for scheduled maintenance. So it ensures that you have everything ready when needed. Then we are having the movement, which records the stock transfer and withdrawals. Whether you are moving items for repairs or dispatching goods, this section keep track of it all. Then repository section. So it is categorize your inventory, linking each item to its warehouses, suppliers, and inventory family. It ensures that all items are clearly classified and easy to trace. Moving forward to our next module, which is purchase module. So in car software, it is designed to streamline all procurement related activities, making the purchasing process faster, more structured, and audit ready. So you can maintain over here the detailed profile for vendors and service contractors. So this module ensures the entire procurement cycle from request to the order fulfillment, which is documented and auditable. So it also supports the budget tracking, cost allocations to work orders, and real-time visibility into procurement timeliness. So our next module is resource module, which manages its workforce and operational tools required for maintenance. So you can assign the technicians, engineers, or specialized teams to specific work order along with the required tools or equipment. Then this module also allows to you to track the availability of both persons and resources in real time, ensuring that the right people are assigned to the right jobs. No critical tools are double booked or unavailable during urgent tasks. So this ensures that all work is properly resourced, planned efficiently, and executed without delays. Then we are having the client module. So this is designed to efficiently manages all internal or external services, quotations, and client interactions, ideal for handling the maintenance support across department or third party service units. Moving forward, our next module is accounts module here, which is helps to manage the financially aspects. So here you can track cost per asset or maintenance job, then allocate the budget for capital or operational expenses, then reconcile the expenditure with approved purchase order and service logs. Then this module ensures that every dollar spent, like whether it's on asset or any spare parts, is accounted, monitored, and optimized in accounts module. Then we are having the analysis module. In this, like Carl offers the robust reporting capabilities, allowing you to generate the insightful reports on asset performance, work order status, and inventory levels. So then this system includes the customizable reporting options. Then these reports can be scheduled to run automatically, ensuring that you always have up-to-date information without having to manually run queries. Then it also has the Power BI report, which enables advanced visuals, analytics, and custom dashboards tailored to your business needs. Okay. Then also we like talking about our last module, which is system module. So this module in CAL software provides the full administrative control over the system configuration. Security is the key aspect of CAL. So with these features that protect your data and ensure the traceability of all user actions. Then each user has a specific profile. Over here in the repository section, you can find there are some of the profiles we can create over here, defining their access right. So for example, we can say that an administrator has the full access to modify the assets and create the work orders, while technicians only have access to maintain the task. Then you can see over here the management tab allows you to control the access at the organization level, and also setting the restrictions based on the group or individual users. CARS also ensures that data access is tightly controlled. So for example, if an asset status is updated, the like change is logged along with the user details, creating a complete audit trail. Over here you can see in the tracking section, we can log the every change happen in the CAL system. So additionally, like CAL is more customizable, whether it's customizing forms, workflows, or message templates. You can tailor it to your specific operational needs. Talking about this exchange section, which is designed to connect CAL with other systems like ERP, GIS, or third-party maintenance platform, so that data can move between them automatically and securely. So there are some key points like interfaces, integration object, external system, connection points. Like connection point is like main between the attaching the files into between the two systems. Like there are some protocols like SFTP protocol is there, so used for the safety sending files between the system. Then also we are having the web services to used for like real-time communication between the systems, such as updating the data instantly when something changes. Then also we are having the webhooks. These are automatic notifications sent when a specific event occurs. Like example, we can say that CAL can notify an ERP system when a new work order is created. Okay, so this is all about our CAL software. Moving forward to our mobility applications, which is CAL Touch, CAL Flash, and CAL Express. So before that, I will show you the IoT integration between the CAL software. So if I can go into the equipment module in reading points, here you will find some of the reading points. So let's see. Before that, let's see one video. Just a second, I will bring the video over here. Okay, so this is the IoT devices we are having, and right now it's reading is 0. So let's see in CAL source. Okay. So imagine you are having the energy meters or temperature sensors on critical equipment like baggage handling system. Okay, so if we can if we can go into it. So these sensors send the data continuously via the MQTT protocol to secure the Azure SQL server. So every minute an Azure function collects the latest sensor values. If we can go into the readings, you will find it over here. Every minute the data is updated, and variations is over here -4 and 1 0 voltage. Like these readings can say the voltage, current, temperature are then automatically pushed into the CAL. Okay, as you can see over here. Then we have set the upper and lower limits for each reading points. If voltage drops below the 220 voltage and exceeds the 245 volt, it's directly creates issue the work request, and it is automatically created and it's assigned to particular maintenance team and correct technicians or team based on the predefined rules. So this eliminates the manual monitoring and reduces the reaction time drastically. So you can get faster response and reduce downtime over here. Then let's now walk through the BL predict. While Traditional maintenance focuses on fixing the problems after they occur. Like BL Predict changes the game over here. Here, we can see how it works. All the IoT sensor data like voltage, vibration, temperature is continuously analyzed in the BL Predicts SaaS platform. Okay, so this uses the AI to identify the trends and patterns. For example, this is the gradual temperature increase in a motor over the 5 days. Then we are having it detects the pattern that previously led to equipment failure. It sends a predictive alert to the call. Like all of this visible via the Grafana dashboard, showing the live graphs, trade lines, and color coded alerts over here. So this is the BL Predict. Now let's moving forward our mobility applications. So CarTouch is a mobile friendly version of the software designed for a field technicians. So technician can log in securely via their assigned work orders and tasks they can see in the CarTouch. Then CarFlash. So I will bring the CarFlash over here. As you can see, this is our CarFlash mobility applications, which is a simpler and faster URL-based application designed for the users who need to quickly enter the work request for asset issues. Let's create a one of the work request from here. If you can see here the pencil icon, if you can click on it, here you will see the two options, that is manual creation and creating by scanning. If I can choose the creating by scanning, there is already I have the scanner for one of the asset which is pasted on the as particular asset. If I can confirm it, from here you can raise the work request. If you want to choose the address, you can choose this. Right now I will skip it. You can see the details of the asset over come here. Then I will confirm this and choose the reason for the particular work request. Like I will choose the excessive towers way and validate it. From here, you can assess the level of the criticality of the work request. I will make it max. Right now, I will skip this step. From here, you can attach this file and any photo you want to attach, you can attach it over here. I will just confirm it and submit my request. Okay. So let's see this request in our car software. If I can log in into it, as we can see in notification, you will find it over here, the pending work request. I will remove the criteria, and in results section, you will find one of the work requests that we have raised right now, which is this. Okay. So I will process the first work request. And from this dashboard, you can just associate this work request to existing work order or create a new work order or transfer this request to someone else. And also you can reject this request. Right now, what will I do? I will create a work order from here and just validate this work order and choose the work order template. Like I have mentioned, like if you are having any continuously issue is running, so we can create a work order template for that. And so that's it. So I have added the work order template and I will just validate it. So now you can see how easily we have created a work order, and in there you can see also the operations over here, which is already added in the work order template. Now I will just copy this work order and save it. Let's see this work order in the Car Touch Mobility application. So Car Touch Mobility application we are having right now. So you can see this is one of the work order right now we have created, that is excessive towers way. I will just perform this work order. start the work. I have started the work, and then you can see here are the some of the operations already loaded here. I will perform this all. And after the completion of all the details over here, you can also attach the documents and add a consumption over here. And right now I will just skip these steps and sign it. Save this and finish the work. Okay. And also from here you can add the labor reporting, the time of that labor, and confirm it from here. Then save this work order. Now let's see that work order in file source. In work order section, okay, so this is the one of the work order. So as you can see here, the work order is performed. All operations are completed over here, and you can see the status is also the close. So this is all about our mobility application. And one more application we are having, which is Carl Express, which is for the supervisors or managers. So from that you can see the which are the in progress tasks, which are the finished. Right now you can see this is the one of the work order. Right now we have finished the excessive towers way. So thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Bobby sir.
Hello. Okay, John, any question you have now with this after demo?
Yeah. Thank you,
That was
Diksha,
Diksha.
for the
Hmm.
yeah, Diksha, for the presentation. That's pretty good. The demo is very clear. Just one question that I have is it's dependent on the network, and say if the technicians are out there and there's no network, can they fill the template in, and then when they are in the vicinity of where they can get the network, they can process the informations.
Yep, 100% right. That's how it works.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you go in a black area, black, what do you call, where there is no internet,
Yeah.
the Carl Touch will still work. So the way Carl Touch work, it loads everything, all the configuration and data in the software. That's why it's still able to work on this dark spots. Okay.
Awesome.
And then he finishes the job as soon as he's driving. Let's say he's driving back to the depot. If your tablet is open to connect through the telecom network, then it will update automatically. And if someone created a new work order for him, you'll get an update. Like a message coming in. And
Okay.
nothing will work. If there's no internet connection. You understand? How can you get a data? You can't, right? So.
Mm.
But when you are in the spot where there's Wi-Fi or internet connectivity, then everything gets updated, whether things are in your system going into the server or from the server coming. So it automatically syncs basically with the server.
Okay. Great. And it can generate reports for the week and monthly basis.
Yeah, whatever reports you want, we can write it. There are many reports. already in the system. There are almost, I think there are almost 200 reports, already written for our clients to use it. If that report is not good enough or needs some modification, customization, we can always do that also.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think, yeah, Bobby, there's no more questions from me. I think everything, some of the questions that I had were answered during the presentation. So it's, yeah, it's
Perfect.
pretty straightforward and
Yeah.
clear. It's very user friendly as well.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's quite popular, and a lot of people found that it is user friendly. So yeah, let's see if we can get some of the clients who are interested. My team can demonstrate the software, and let's win some job. Okay.
Definitely, definitely. I'll start reaching out to some of the clients and we see how we go.
All right. Thank you very much, then, John. Thank you for time. Bye.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, team, for